Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
This is The Best Pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it. Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Tretler. Welcome to the show.
So this week we're going to be doing our third episode of IMDb One Up, One Down.
Right.
Where we rate one movie that we think is overrated and one movie that we think is underrated. But before we get to that, Don, do you want to just read our little intro?
Yeah, before we continue, we want to let everyone know that this show is broadcast live from Fact TV Studios in Bellows Falls. Fact TV is a community access center that provides studio space and production services free of charge to community members in southern Vermont and Keene. If you're interested in creating your own show, or you're already producing content and you wish to submit it, or you want to stay informed about news and events in southern Vermont and Keene, including live coverage of local town meetings, sporting events, and community events, visit fact8.com.
All right, thanks, Don. So before we get into the show, I just want to do the weekend daily recap, or weekend recap. Smile 2 opened at number 1, not surprising, 23.0. Good opening for an R-rated horror movie.
And it got good reviews, yeah.
Yep. Wild Robot was second, 10.1. Terrifier 3, 9.3. I mean, is it going to pass Joker? I mean, seriously.
Wow.
Beetlejuice 4 at 5.0, and then We Live in Time. I believe that's the new Andrew Garfield one.
Oh wow, I haven't heard about that.
I didn't realize that was out. I thought that was opening this weekend.
We Live in Time.
Opened but 4.2. And Joker already was dropped by 1,245 theaters after 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it already plummeted to 2.1 million for sixth place, and it's only done an abysmal $56.4 million.
Wow.
So that's going to be getting pulled by a lot more theaters, probably very soon.
Let's see if it's dropped on IMDb any. No, it's holding at a steady
holding
5.3.
5.3. They're proud of their 5.3.
Wow.
I still think it's higher. I liked it, but
Yeah. Well, hey, you didn't comment on my T-shirt.
I didn't even notice it, to be honest. I noticed the color, but I didn't actually notice it was a Jaws shirt.
My niece gave it to me.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It was. We didn't get to do our Christmas on Christmas, so she gave it to me, and I thought it was kind of appropriate since we did that. Was it called the Backyard Film Festival?
Oh, yeah.
And
you did the monologue, right?
Yeah, they screened the Jaws monologue.
Yeah.
So
How was that?
it went pretty good.
Did it? Yeah. I was watching the Yankees. I was gonna come, but I was watching the Yankees game.
Hey, how could you miss that? I was lucky the Mets weren't on that night.
Yeah, then you
I would have had to blow it off.
Yeah, you wouldn't have made it.
So we were hoping the Yankees and the Mets were going to meet in the Subway Series. That's not going to happen.
The Yankees won, but the Dodgers. I mean, they've been the two best teams all year, pretty much.
Right.
And Major League Baseball's loving L.A., New York. As the two biggest markets in the sport.
Right.
They love that. The ratings.
Shohei Ohtani and
Aaron
Mookie
Judge,
Betts.
Juan Soto's on fire, Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, there's just stars galore.
Right.
And I mean, it should be a pretty good series. I mean,
The Mets didn't have quite have the star power. We had Alonso and we had Francisco Lindor.
but we talked about it. They had a pretty good run because they weren't expected to make it. I mean, they pushed the Dodgers pretty good.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are a really good team. So, I mean, yeah, no, it's going to be a fun World Series. It would have been more fun if it was a Subway Series, especially when the Yankees swept the Mets. But, just kidding. But no, it was a good. 2000 was a good series. I mean, it only went 5 games, but it was like
did,
it was
yeah.
exciting though.
With the Yankees were hot.
The Yankees, well, they're on fire. I mean, that
They'd
was
have beaten anybody.
that was their 4th World Series in 5 years. You know, I mean, they were at our 3rd World Series in 4th in 5 years. Yeah, because then they lost the World Series next year to the Diamondbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Then they were just that whole team was just on fire. That's when they didn't actually sign big free agents. They just kept the core of people that they had together. You know, I mean, there were no really huge, like, I think the first really, I mean, other than Clemens. I mean, the first really, no, Clemens wasn't on those teams, though. The really big ones were Clemens and then Giambi are what really started it. But before that, I mean, we had the Paul O'Neills, you know, the Joe Girardis.
Tino Martinez.
Yeah, you know, nobody, splashy, all of the big stars came up through our system. You know, and that's not, I mean, other than Aaron Judge, that's not really the case anymore.
Right.
You know, they just go out and buy everybody, which doesn't make it the same to me because they don't really always feel like a team because you have new parts coming in like every year, you know, like Soto. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that we signed Soto, but I mean, this is his first year, you know, it's like these other guys have been together for quite a while, you know, but.
So are you predicting they're going to keep Soto?
I mean, if he keeps playing the way he is, they're going to have to give him whatever he wants. You know, I mean, you could tell, like, him and Judge and Stanton, they just have, like, a connection. You know, I mean, in the way all 3 of them are just hitting the ball right now. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I told you they had a blank check, a $600 million check and said, Juan, please sign. I mean, it's looking more and more realistic now. I mean, he just put us in the World Series. Him and Stanton single-handedly put us in the World Series in Game 5.
That's big time.
You know, so, I mean... But anyway, we're supposed to be talking about movies.
All right. Well, do you want to do one up or one down?
Why don't you do your one up?
Okay, my one up is Blade Runner.
Okay.
Blade Runner.
Man, I haven't seen that in a long time.
It's number 188 on IMDb. It's rated 8.1, which is
That's
a good
that's
movie.
good. That's good, but 188, that seems kind of low.
I went and I looked at it on Rotten Tomatoes. So Rotten Tomatoes, it gets an 89 from the critics, and it gets a 91 from audiences.
So IMDb's low compared to quite a bit lower.
And in addition, it makes the American Film Institute's top 100 movies at number 97.
Oh, really? I
So
didn't
it
realize
even-
that.
Yeah, it even snuck in there, which is why I was so surprised to see it so low. You're telling me there are 187 movies better than that?
I doubt it.
I don't know.
Now, I have a question. Where is the sequel? Because I feel like that's on the... I think the sequel might be higher than that.
Yeah, the sequel very well.
I think
didn't
it
about
was.
that.
You know, I
should
didn't
look
even
that up.
I didn't even think of that.
Well, let's look it up. Or I can look it up while you talk about yours.
No, I can look it up while you talk about it if you want. Because I got right on IMDb right here.
Yeah, what was it?
What was it called? Blade Runner what? 2048?
Yeah.
2049?
Yeah, Blade Runner was kind of, I don't know, it was like kind of a classic science fiction movie. I think it was, oh shit, what's the guy's name that directed it? Oh, Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
It's a Ridley Scott film. Ridley Scott was, coming off of Alien at the time. This was his next movie. So you figure the big hit, Alien was, a pretty big hit when it came out. The studio probably said, do what you want to do. And this was probably his big project.
All right, so the sequel's 8.0. So they're like right neck and neck with each other.
Yeah.
So now, did you see that one?
I did, yeah.
I haven't seen that. How was that?
I thought it was pretty good until like 3/4 of the way. I started to lose it, but maybe I better watch it again.
I think. Do you know if the library has that?
I think it does, yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
We have a really good library. It has a good film collection. I was thinking we should approach them about like maybe like picking a movie a week or something from
That's
Best Pictures.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that would get us an audience. People would be like, "Who the heck are these guys?" We better check out these Best Picture guys.
So that was your up.
That was my up because I think it's 188 is low.
I know. I agree. I really like Blade Runner a lot. My up is a movie. The first time I liked it, I didn't like it. Or the first time I saw it, I didn't like it because I didn't like how it ended. But I've watched it several times since, and I really liked it. It is number 148, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's really low. It gets an 8.2. I think it's higher than an 8.2. I'd give it like an 8.4, 8.5. I mean, won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Supporting Actor. And if you notice it, it's like the first and the first movie I've ever seen where there's no like sound, like no music. You know, like there, like
Wow.
I never knew that until I read an article about it, and I went back and watched it, and I was like, wow. I was like, you don't even realize because you're just so like into the movie that there's, you know, I mean, obviously there's sound like talking and gun, but there's no like music at all throughout the whole movie. It's crazy.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't either until I read that article, and I went back and watched it. I was like, wow, they did a good job of like me not realizing that because I don't know, maybe I'm just not that, maybe I don't pay attention enough, but I never knew it.
Coen Brothers directed
mean,
that.
I can't think of it. Harvey R. Bardem. That's one of the craziest characters I've ever seen in a movie. I mean, it's not really a scary movie, but that guy scared the heck out of me.
Oh yeah,
I
you
mean,
wouldn't want him coming for you.
No, what a psychopath. I mean, just
Right.
absolutely. I mean, he nailed that role too. I mean,
You get worried about Michael Myers. Oh, Michael Myers is coming after you. But in this movie, there's a point where it's like this guy Anton Chigurh. He's coming
he
after
just
you,
won't stop.
and it's like, oh my word.
Yeah, you know, I mean, and a really good cast: Tommy Lee Jones, Josh Brolin,
Woody Harrelson.
Javier Bardem, Woody Harrelson. What's the girl's name? Kelly something.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember her name, but she was actually really good in it too. She played Josh Brolin's wife. But no, it's definitely a very good movie. I mean, 8.2. I mean, 8.2 is good. I'm not saying it's not good, but I thought it was better than that.
It's a really good movie. I mean, I've seen it a few times. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, no, I definitely. When I was looking on the list earlier, I was thinking about that. I was like, I haven't seen that in a little while. So, like,
I'm pretty sure it's one that I own too. I'm pretty sure I have.
yeah,
that
no,
on
I
my
definitely own it. I've seen it quite a bit. But Kelly McDonald.
list. Kelly McDonald.
I don't remember what else she was in, but she was really good as his wife. You know, I thought. But just a well acted movie, well written, you know, well directed, everything. You know, it was really good. I definitely think it's definitely higher. There's not 147 movies I've seen better than that.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. That's what I have for that.
Well, I'll do my down. Now, when I say down, this is not. I'm not putting this movie down because I think it's a pretty good movie. I just think it's up there too high. Interstellar.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh,
It is really high. What's it, like 17, 18, something like that?
19.
Yeah.
It's number 19 on IMDb, and this is a science fiction movie.
That's Christopher Nolan,
Christopher Nolan, Matthew McConaughey,
Anne Hathaway,
Anne Hathaway.
Jessica Chastain, and
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, of course, Michael Caine. He's in every Christopher Nolan movie.
Right.
You can't make a movie without Michael Caine, it seems.
I mean, it's a good movie. It's a movie that's really thought provoking. I just don't know that it rates as the 19th highest movie. Now, in comparison, right, on Rotten Tomatoes, it gets a 73 by critics and gets an 86 by audiences.
Wow.
So that doesn't jibe with the number 19 on IMDb. I don't know how it got so high.
That seems odd that they're so far off.
And Blade Runner, well, I mean, Blade Runner got really highly rated on Rotten Tomatoes. But it's 188. I mean, and 188 is not bad. It's just not. I would switch those. I could imagine Blade Runner being number 19.
Yeah, no. I mean, Interstellar made 188 million domestically, so I mean, it was a hit. But like I said, I haven't seen it.
I need to watch it again. I
But
guess
I own it. And I haven't seen it. You know. Did you liked it though? You just
did.
Think, you just think
Definitely.
it's too high.
Yeah, I just think number 19. That's that it's just too high. I don't think it's like a masterpiece. I didn't get that out of it. But maybe I need to watch that again. Maybe I'm not with it. I don't know. I mean, it's Christopher Nolan, and Christopher Nolan makes really
No, he does.
good
He
movies.
He does really good movies.
I think it's comparable to Inception. I mean, Inception, I couldn't quite get into Inception right off the bat.
No?
It took me a little bit, yeah, because that first scene, with the top,
It's
and
kind of
the beach,
confusing.
and
Yeah.
it took me a little bit. I had to like really persevere because it got really rated highly. Everybody I talked to loved the movie.
I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And, I was warned though. They're like, if you don't pay attention, you might not get it right off the bat. And I was just focused, and I was like, that's a really good movie. I wasn't sure going into it. I waited to watch it until a few people had told me about it. And I was like, if everybody's talking this highly about it, it's worth watching. And I've seen it probably like 5 or 6 times. I really liked it. Definitely Tom Hardy's coming out party in America anyway. He was doing some British stuff. But yeah, that was definitely his big starring role, even though not starring role, but big breakout role, I should say. Mine is a classic that I am going to trash because I hate this movie. Number 21, It's a Wonderful Life. So overrated.
I knew that was coming.
I used to have to watch this every year in school at Christmas time, every single year. It's like, you can't come up with a different, why can't we watch Home Alone? Why does it have to be It's a Wonderful Life every single year? I mean, I think
Did you say it was 17?
21.
Number 21. And what's it rated?
8.6.
Wow.
God.
That's pretty sentimental.
I will never, ever watch that movie again. I watched it like every year, 2 years in middle school, 4 years in high school, every single year at Christmas time. I'll never, if that movie's on, I don't care. I'll turn the TV off if there's nothing else on. I don't care. I will not watch that movie ever again.
You're done.
Yeah,
And you know, it's going to play at our theater. It's going to.
Oh, yeah. I won't be there. I swear, I think one of the years I fell asleep in the auditorium because it was just so boring. I was just like, I've seen this. I didn't like it last year. I'm not going to like it this year. I was like, why do you just keep forcing this crap down our throat?
All right, this is what it gets on Rotten Tomatoes. It gets 94% from critics.
No, I don't get it.
95% from
My
audiences.
God.
Is it on the? Now I got to look. Is it on AFI?
It's gotta be. It's probably high. It's probably pretty high on AFIs too.
Really?
I just don't get it. He's just a whiny guy. It's just boring.
Number 20.
Yeah. It's even higher on AFI than it is on IMDb. I don't know what it is. I just don't like that. I think it's because I just had to watch it every year.
You don't like Jimmy Stewart?
I don't like anything to do with that movie. I did not like.
Wow.
You know, what do you think about it?
I think it's a great movie. I loved it, especially when I was younger, but now it's overplayed. It's kind of like...
It's on TV all the time at Christmas.
Right.
It's like, I really like Elf, but it's the same thing with Elf. TNT and TBS show Elf like every single day, starting the day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, my word.
Through to Christmas Eve, and then they show the stupid Christmas Story for 24 straight hours after.
Yeah, that's kind of burned out.
That's another one I hate and will never watch again. But I do like Elf, but it's just like some movies are just so overplayed. It's
Right.
like just, come up. There's new Christmas movies come out every year. It's like you don't have to play the same ones over. I mean, Elf is a classic, I consider.
Right, I watch it every year.
I do too, but I don't want to watch it every night. It's
Right.
like, I own it anyway. We're going to have to start doing our Christmas show soon. Colin loves our Christmas show.
Oh, I've got some of your Christmas movies.
We talk about the same movies every year at Christmas time.
You lent me a couple of them, so I have some Christmas movies to watch.
Yeah. It's coming up. I mean,
To get ready
we're just
for it.
talking about it. Next Friday's November 1st.
Wow, yeah.
It's crazy. This year's gone by fast.
And when does Red 1 come out? That's going to be one of the big
15th, I
ones.
want to say. That's going to be a fun one. That's Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans. Colin probably wants to go see that with us, right? Looks funny. It looks kind of funny. I think it does.
All right,
But, yeah, so sorry if I hurt your feelings about It's a Wonderful Life.
no. I mean, I like the movie. I just,
No, I mean,
I need a little bit. I need a breather from it too.
It's super popular. I don't get it because it just did nothing for me the first time I saw it, and then just keep watching it. It's like nothing has changed.
And somebody's going to sponsor it to play at the theater. So I wonder if they're going to draw a lot of people to it.
I'm
Because
sure.
they tend to play the same movies.
I'm sure they probably will. I mean, you just look everything up. It's hugely popular.
They'll play White Christmas,
Yep, I think they play that every year, too.
maybe the Polar Express. I don't know. I'm trying to think what the other ones are.
Yeah, Polar Express generally is every year.
But usually it's White Christmas, it's Wonderful Life. I don't think they do Christmas Story. I think they're smarter than that.
No, I don't think they
National Lampoon's Vacation. I mean,
They-
Christmas Vacation.
They might. I think they've done that before.
That I've seen a
I feel
lot
like
now
they should
too.
try to mix that up, too, though. Not do the same Christmas movies every year.
I think so. You're right.
There's just so many, Because, I mean, obviously Elf plays on TV all the time. But
Well, you know what's good? White Christmas actually was like the teaming. Who's White Christmas? It was
Bing
Bing
Crosby.
Crosby and I can't think who the other one is. But anyway, it was almost a remake of a movie called Holiday Inn with. I think that's the one that has
Like Fred Astaire?
Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye.
Okay.
Or it could be maybe Danny Kaye's in I don't think he's in White Christmas for some reason. Maybe I should be looking it up instead of talking about it, right?
That's what I was going to do.
Because I bet you people are like, doesn't this guy know what he's talking about?
Colin knows we don't know what we're talking about.
We don't know what's going on. White Chris, Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye. Okay, so I got it backwards. So who's in the other one? Is it Fred Astaire?
Well, that gets a 7.6. That's pretty good.
Which one?
White Christmas.
Oh, let's see. Holiday and Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire. They're
Okay,
both
that's
good
the one with
movies.
Fred Astaire. What's that get?
7.3.
Wow. Yes, they're both well above the Mendoza line.
Oh, yeah.
I saw White Christmas 2 Thanksgivings ago for the first time. I went to my boss's house for Thanksgiving, and we watched that while we had dinner. And it wasn't bad.
Hey, I'll tell you, if we had money, which I don't, but Best Pictures, I would like to sponsor one of my favorite Christmas movies. I don't watch it every Christmas because I'm not burned out on it, but it's called The Bishop's Wife with Cary Grant.
Right, that's the one they did the remake with the preacher's wife, right?
Right, they remade it as the. See, it was a good enough movie. They needed to remake it. They needed to update it, and it was a bomb when they updated it.
You
With Denzel Washington, it's a bomb.
yeah,
that's
and Whitney Houston.
Right.
You know?
That's saying something
It
if that
is.
could bomb that way.
So you just reminded me of something.
But I like Cary Grant.
One year, this was years ago, probably 15 years ago now, I went over to my ex-girlfriend now, her mother's house at the time to watch, for, do stockings and Christmas and have breakfast and stuff like that. Have you ever seen Santa Claus?
The Santa Claus?
No,
with
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
With Dudley Moore.
No.
It is, I'm shocked it gets a 6.3.
Wow.
It is, I couldn't, oh my God. I was helping the little girl unwrap her presents. I was like, I can't watch this. It's so terrible. Is
Dudley Moore is Santa Claus?
Yeah. The legend of Santa Claus is placed into jeopardy when an unscrupulous toy manufacturer attempts to take over Christmas. Dudley Moore, John Lithgow,
Wait, what about?
Burgess Meredith. Oh no, Dudley Moore's not. David Huddleston is Santa Claus.
Oh.
But Dudley Moore's the star. And yeah, it's got a good cast. Dudley Moore, John Lithgow, Burgess Meredith.
Well, that's interesting. David Huddleston is
as Santa Claus.
He's the big Lebowski. He's Mr. Lebowski.
Oh, really?
Not the dude.
Yeah, right.
He's the big Lebowski.
Yeah.
He's the one who lost his legs to a Chinaman in Korea.
Oh, really?
So, hey, what about Scrooged with Bill Murray? Is that a good Christmas movie? You're the Christmas movie guy.
It is a good movie. I'm kind of like Bill Murray'd out.
Bill Murray'd out.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, but Scrooge is good. It's very good. What do you think that gets?
7.5.
I don't know. It's not.
That's just my guess. Don's crazy. Don's crazy. So you should play this game with us. Let's see what I got.
6.9.
Okay.
That's not bad. That's well above the Mendoza line, and that's Karen Allen.
Is it Karen Allen?
the girl?
Oh, I like Karen Allen.
It is Karen Allen. Yeah, she's good. Bobcat Goldthwait's good in that.
So if we had the money and we could sponsor a Christmas movie, which one would you sponsor
Home
for
Alone.
Bellows Falls?
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Of course, Home Alone. I love Home Alone. That's my favorite Christmas movie of all time.
Wow. That's a
But
good one.
there's so many good ones. I don't know, probably 40 or 50 Christmas movies. I'm a Christmas movie dork. The Ref. Have you ever seen The Ref?
Yeah, you lent it to me.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think of that?
I liked it.
That's pretty fun. Poor Dennis Leary kidnaps the wrong couple.
Kevin Spacey, Judy Davis. That's a good little.
That is.
Group of 3 people.
It's funny. It's not necessarily a family movie, but it's funny. But I think we're just about out of time. So we're going to try to go see a new movie this week and have a new movie review for you.
Yeah.
So that's been our episode of The Best Pictures this week. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
And I'm Don Tretler. These are the ones you don't want to miss.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Here's Johnny. Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.